way too much touching of the wood. But if you're doing this to make money, less touches, less touches. That's what it comes down to. Every time you touch it, you're losing money. Today out in the wood yard, it's a wet, rainy, miserable, dank, dark, dingy, dreary day. I got a delivery right now. So today is a delivery day. I got a text yesterday from one of my good customers, my pizza restaurant. He says, hey, can you deliver some wood next week? Well, next week, I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be up at my brother's. We're gonna be beaver trapping, and then we're going to a firewood event out of state. So I'm going to be gone, and he needs wood. Now, this is a customer that I obviously want to keep happy because about every 3 weeks, that's pretty much the schedule, he needs 2 face cords or 2/3 of a cord, which is a full load in this trailer here. And that's how he bakes his pizzas in a pizza oven for his business. So it's a year-round thing. And that one account, if I go there every 3 weeks, sometimes it's every 2 weeks if he's really busy, it's $300 a trip pretty much in a year. That adds up to be a substantial amount of money. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's close to $5 grand. So you want to keep the guy happy. He refers me a lot of business, so that's a good thing. I've got business from him because he likes my product, and when people ask him where he gets his wood because they see it, he refers them to me. So this is a guy you want to keep happy. So I didn't plan on delivering wood today, but I kind of have to. Now, it's pudding out here. This is pudding. So I cannot drive out. I mean, I could, but I would tear it all up. So what I did was I backed up my truck down around through all the log piles here and backed the trailer up to here, because out here is where I need to go. I'm going to walk out into the pudding fest here. Try to stay on the bark so I'm not sinking in. And what I'm going to do, because this is the wood that he needs, this is the wood he wants, this is the wood that he likes. This is the, it's a mix of hard maple and ironwood, and there might be a little bit of ash in there, but this was 5 semi-loads at one time. Now we're down to about 1, and I need to get some more. So this is an example of do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to just suck it up. Now it was pouring out about 5 minutes ago. Luckily, it just quit now, but I do see some dark clouds over that way, and there's dark clouds that way. I looked at the radar and it's coming, so I'm gonna hopefully hurry up, get this loaded. But what I have to do, crawl into the cage, throw it over here into the wheelbarrow, and then take it over that little distance over there. And then when I get to his restaurant, we wheelbarrow it in and stack it. Now, I told him, I said, I'm gonna be gone all next week, because he said he's still got enough wood to get to next week, which means he can't take a full load either, because at his facility, he can only store about 2 face cords, 2/3 of a cord, because he's got an 8-foot rack, a 4-foot rack, and then he puts a bunch underneath the pizza oven. So he says, I really don't need a full load. Can you just bring me half a load? I said, absolutely. So that's what I'm going to do. So I got a wheelbarrow it from here to there, and we're going to fill it up. So sometimes you got to suck it up. You got to be the mailman. You got to deliver no matter what. And you got to keep your customers happy. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're going to move some wood, and we're going to move it again, and then I think we'll be good. So now some people would ask me, they would say, well, why don't you just put down gravel out here all over in the wood yard? Well, this is a couple acres. And I don't own the property. So what I have done in the past is that when I was at my old wood yard, we scraped up all the gravel. I had 7 or 8, maybe 9 truckloads brought in to fix up my old wood yard so we could extend it and I could reach the areas without having to go through mud like this in the spring. Well, when I left that place, we brought all that gravel here to Bert's place. We basically redid his whole driveway. We added a little bit on the end here. And for me to finish this off the way it needs to be done, we would need to start over there, go all the way around the bins and all the way around and make a loop all the way around through here. I'm just guesstimating I would need 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 truckloads to do it. And that would cost me $3,000 to $4,000. And if I ever leave here, say I'm only here another 2, 3, 5 years, I don't know, I walk away from the gravel. And I'm not sure that they want the gravel out here because this is a farm, and someday they might use this for something else. I don't know long-term plans, what they intend on doing. I've talked about it with Bert where we would extend the gravel from there, kind of out past on the other side of that bin by the snowman and go to the back so we could access those bins no matter what time of year. And that's kind of what I think is going to end up happening. I might get a couple truckloads, maybe 3. So I'd spend like $1,000 and we would extend it from right over here and then go across the back over there just so we can access those bins over there. And then I would have a bin here that would have mixed hardwood. I would have an oak bin. I'd have a cherry bin. Maybe I'd have a smaller bin with maple. And I would not touch that wood unless it was sloppy season. And then maybe sell it off and then refill it, in the summer, so that by the following fall until the next spring, it's ready to go again. So it's kind of almost like it'd be like a safety area where we'd always be able to get at wood no matter what, instead of having to come out here into the slop. Because this is, it's a pretty big area that we have here, and it looks bigger on camera than it really is, but it's pretty substantial, but it's kind of nice to be able to have the space and move around. So, okay, we're gonna load some wood. I'm gonna stop yapping. See if I can do this without spilling it. I only gotta go about 12 yards. So this is the last wheelbarrow full, and all I got to say is that took a long time. Normally I can put a face cord of wood into the trailer to my truck less than 10 minutes. This took a half an hour. So it tripled my time. So if you ever have to do a delivery where people are having you wheelbarrow it from your truck or trailer or whatever you're delivering with, and you have to go that far, and I got to handle it twice as much, because I had to take it out of the bin, put it in the wheelbarrow, arrange it in the wheelbarrow, wheel it over here, unload it, and then I'm going to handle it again when I get there twice. So I have to take it out of the trailer, put it in the wheelbarrow, take it to the rack, and then put it in the rack. So way too much touching of the wood. Like way too much. What I want to do with the sales that I do, my mini bulk deliveries, I want to process it with the processor, have it go into the trailer, take it out by the bins in the trailer, and then I want to offload it as we're doing resplit up the elevator and into the bin, and it stays there. So that's one touch. And then when I load it into the trailer to deliver it, second touch, and then dump it in the driveway and drive away. 2 touches. And for a lot of people that sell wood professionally, guys that are the big time, full-time, serious firewood people, they want no touches. They want 0 toucholes. They want to process it into a big pile, cone, whatever you want to call it. Then they want to scoop it up with either a bucket or a skid steer with a rock bucket, dump it into the delivery vehicle, whether it's a trailer or a semi-trailer, and deliver it and dump it. They don't want to ever touch it, which is a good idea, because a lot of those people will have elevators and tumblers, and they can basically scoop everything up, put it into a hopper, can go into a tumbler, disc cleaner, whatever it is they have, up an elevator and then into the vehicle they're delivering, and they never touch the wood. And some people would say, well, then how do you know how much wood they're getting? You do, because you do it so much. I get asked this all the time on the channel, especially by new people. How do I know how much wood this is? I know this is more than a face cord or a third of a cord. That's all that matters. Because I've taken loads just like this hundreds, if not thousands of times, and stacked them for people where they paid me to put it in the racks. And I know I always have more wood. I always have a little extra, a couple armfuls, which I'm fine with. I'd rather give them a little extra wood than to stack all the wood, wasting hundreds of hours. I know there's people that like to stack wood. Yes, it looks pretty. Yes, you know exactly how much you got. Yes, it's all organized and everything. Save space. And I know there's people that sell wood that think you got to stack it. They're wrong. They're just flat wrong. They got to get their mind right. They have to have a paradigm shift from neat and organized and pretty. The only people that should stack wood are, like I said, if you got to save space, pretty much my opinion is end user. The person that is going to take the wood from the rack and put it in the fireplace. That's the only people that should stack it, because they're going to have it in their garage, along their garage, in a rack. They're storing it because they're the end user. But if you're producing wood, stop touching the wood. 3 times as long to do this. So if you add that up over a year of stacking and then loading it like this and hauling it and wheelbarrowing it like a lot of people do, time's the most important thing you have, and you're wasting it. You're wasting time by handling the wood so many times and so often in so many different ways. You're losing your butt. You're losing your time. Spend time making wood and delivering it, not touching it, handling it. That's what I meant to say. All right, let's go do a delivery.